Do you ever go to the grocery store and get totally confused by all of the different labels that are on your meats? How are you supposed to know what to buy? Well, today I'm here to clear that up for you. We're here in a grocery store in your natural and organic section where most of those labels are. We're going to clear up what those mean. A little bit of background on me. I'm a student at Kansas State University. I'm double majoring in ag communications and ag economics, and my background is actually in raising beef. My family raised beef, and so I understood some of the practices that go into your meat before it gets here at the store. But to start off, we're going to look at poultry first. So first here with the turkey, we're going to see a label that says vegetarian fed diet. Now, have you heard the phrase, the early bird gets the worm? Worms are meats, right? So, birds eat meats. So why is this turkey vegetarian fed? Now, there are quite a few operations anymore that do that feel like that may be of a benefit to consumers, but that's not necessarily the best diet for the turkey. So this may not be a label you need to go for. It's not helping you in any way. It's not helping the turkey in any way. No need for a vegetarian fed turkey, right? Now next here on this chicken, there's actually a few labels we're gonna look at. First one is this big one here. It says free range chicken. Now you've probably heard of this label. You'll usually hear it actually on your eggs because in those housing systems for hens laying eggs, there are some cage systems. But when it comes to broilers, which are the chickens that are raised for meat, they're all free range actually. There's no cage system. So this label is kind of unnecessary. You don't need to look for it on your chicken meat. You'll also see on the top of this one, this has a no antibiotics ever label. Now this differs a little bit from other labels that'll just say no antibiotics. In general, all meat that comes to the grocery store is antibiotic free. There are no antibiotics in it, and that therefore is correct. Because when you're raising any sort of animal for meat, there's a withdrawal period before it can go to butcher if it's been on any antibiotics to make sure it's not in the blood system. This specifically though, saying no antibiotics ever just means that this chicken was not ever fed antibiotics, plain and simple. You'll also see no added hormones. Chickens have hormones, that's why there's this statement added, because it's an animal just like you or me, it has hormones. However, by federal regulations in poultry or in pork, you can't actually add any hormones or any steroids, and you'll usually find a disclaimer on any meats that say that. That's not necessarily though the case for beef, which can have added hormones. Alright, so here on the beef, we're going to look at this non-genetically engineered label. Now, when it comes to meat, other than one cut of salmon that actually hasn't made it to your local grocery stores, there's no meat that is genetically engineered. So that's not a worry. However, I looked into this one specifically because I thought it was weird too. But it's talking about the feed for the animal. So most animals eat some sort of corn or soy, and that may be genetically engineered. And so this specifically is saying this cut of meat was never fed any feed that was genetically engineered. Part of that's because it's organic, and for organic meats, they are not allowed any genetically engineered feeds. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad for you, though. It's just a preference that you may have. We're going to look at a label that was actually on all the meats we just looked at, seeing as we're in the natural section, and that's the natural label. When it comes to meats, they're all natural. There are some guidelines specifically to what natural means, but it's very vague, and really in general what it's meaning is that there were no ingredients added in this that are not true to nature. I hope that this quick video was able to help clear up some questions you may have about how your animals are raised for meat, and will help you next time you go to the grocery store figure out what exactly you should buy. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can follow me on Instagram or Twitter at reallifetopanga, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. Thanks for your time and good luck shopping.